In this video, we are going to see about the different characters of the immune cells. In the previous video, we have seen the immune cells are formed from the hematopoietic stem cells and was classified into two different families. One is myeloid and the other one is lymphoid. So, in the myeloid immune cells, we have 7 different types of immune cells. And among these 7 different types of immune cells, we are going to see their characters and what is the role that they are doing in the immune system. The first 3 are neutrophils, eosinophils and basophils. These 3 have few things in common. That is, all these 3 contains granules inside it, and all these 3 cells are having more than a single lobe of nucleus inside its center. The first one, that is the neutrophil, contains the granules that are toxic in nature and that can kill any pathogen that comes in contact to it. The second one, that is eosinophils, they contain highly toxic proteins that kills any bacteria or parasite in contact. The third one, basophils, they attack the multicellular parasites. Like the mast cells, these release histamine. The fourth one, that is mast cells, they are important for healing the wounds and to have a defense against the infections. The fourth one, macrophage, they have the ability to move across the walls of the circulatory system. They release certain signals as cytokines to recruit other cells at the site of their infections. Dendritic cells, these are located in the tissues that are the points for initial infections. These cells sense the infection and send the message to the rest of the immune system by antigen presentation. So, in general, neutrophil, eosinophil and basophil, these 3 are granulocytes which has granules inside it, and all these 3 share another common feature, that is multilobed nucleus. And these 3 attack the pathogens by spraying the granules over it. The second category, that is mast cell, apart from doing the fighting against the pathogen, it mostly concentrate on the healing of the wounds that was created in the body. The macrophage and dendritic cells, which comes under the monocyte classification, these 2 have one thing in common, that is antigen presentation. Whenever these macrophage or dendritic cells encounter a pathogen, it destroys the pathogen or fights with the pathogen and captures the antigen from the particular pathogen. This antigen, it will present to the T cells. This process is called as antigen presentation. So, due to this, these 2 cells, macrophage and dendritic cells, are called as antigen presenting cells. Now, the second family, we call it as lymphoid family. Though it's a short family consisting only of 3 members, this is one of the most important cells in our immune system, because these B cells and T cells, they are taking care of the secondary line of defense, that is adaptive immunity. So, the first one is T cells. What is T cells? They originate in the bone marrow and they develop in the thymus. The T cells differentiate into helper T cells, cytotoxic T cells and regulatory T cells. These cells are then released into the bloodstream. When these cells are triggered by an antigen, the helper T cells release cytokines that acts as messengers. These cytokines initiate the differentiation of B cells into plasma cells, which in turn release antibodies against the antigens. The cytotoxic T cells kills the cancer cells. The regulatory T cells regulate the immune reactions. So, basically this T cell, through its 3 subtypes, almost cover the basic protection of the immune system. The second type of lymphoid immune cells is B cells. B cells develop in the bone marrow. They also activate on their encounter with foreign agents. These foreign particles act as foreign markers. The B cells then immediately differentiate into plasma cells, which produce antibodies specific to that foreign particle or so called the antigen. These antibodies attach to the surface of the antigen or foreign agent. These antibodies detect any antigen in the body and destroy it. The immunity dependent on B cells is called as humoral immunity. The third type of cell, it is coming under the lymphoid immune cells, is called as natural killer cells. These natural killer cells stop the spread of infections by destroying the infected host cells. So, unlike the previous cells, that is B cells and T cells, which directly attacks the antigen or the foreign agent, the natural killer cell will infect only or target only the infected cells in our host body. By destroying this infected host cells, it will stop the spread of the infections.